Hello, 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 hello. Okay, guys, this is Gina with Bijou Noir. Welcome, 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 welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you're tuning in, I hope you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Hit it, hit it. Okay. All right, guys, I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit backstory, some more backstory on me, and talk to you. It's gonna run into some of my concerns with returning home to Africa. Let me begin. Okay, so I was raised by my aunt. Let me start over again. I was raised by a woman that I thought was my mother, but did not find out she was my aunt until I was maybe 17. Now, as far as I can remember, this lady has always been cruel. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't wrap my head around it when I was younger because she had 7 children of her own, and I was number 8. Now, growing up, I thought she was my mother, but I could not understand why she treated me the way she did, why I was treated so different than all her other children. In Haiti, they have this term. They call it reste avec. This is the practice of bringing someone's child into your home and having them take care of things for you, such as cooking, cleaning, sending them to the store. This was what I was for this woman. And I didn't realize it until I was older and realized that she wasn't my mom. But I was doing this in America. Now, when I say this woman treated me badly, meaning that I could see that there was a clear difference on how she disciplined me than how she disciplined her other children. There was no hugs, no kisses, no kindness. Okay, so let's not talk about that too much because I'm getting a little emotional, and I want to talk to you guys about this maybe when I get to know you, fully, maybe when we get to know each other a little bit better. But stick with me here. It's going somewhere. Years later, I met my real mother, and I remember feeling so happy seeing that woman's face. It was like looking into a mirror. I had never seen anyone that looked like me before. I mean, all the time that I was being raised by my aunt, which I thought was my mother at that time, I couldn't understand why I was the one that looked so much different than anyone else. But seeing this woman and looking at her face, I saw myself for the very first time, and that alone, that was everything. My mother was poor. She was now living in Haiti, and she was poor, and she didn't have much, but it didn't matter. To me, it was like I was about to start a new life, and things were going to be so great. Now, I have to say this because I think I spent like maybe 3 days or a week with my real mother. She was not kind to me. She basically made me feel like I came back as a burden. I didn't have anything to offer. I mean, I was young. I may have been 16, 17. I didn't have anything to offer, and she verbally said this and basically told me to go find myself somewhere to live. I'll never forget. I left that woman's house crying in the middle of the night. It was raining. And a child that grew up in the United States to be put out in those conditions in a whole different country, it was quite scary. And it left an impression on me till now. Okay, let's skip a couple of years. I spent many years, I didn't talk to my mother. She didn't talk to me. I came back to the United States. We didn't talk to each other. for, those reasons. Years later, I forgave her in my heart, and I started talking to her, basically supporting her financially when I can, because I know she's in a situation where she needs that. So I made sure I've been doing that for her for quite a while. The thing that hurts the most is the fact that I now see that my mother wants more than anything to have a great relationship with me. She wants us to be close. She wants us to, she's upset that I'm not talking to her as much, or, sometimes I'll call and I'll speak to, she has a daughter, my sister, and I'll say, hey, how's everything? And make sure, and I'll make sure that, I ask for her, but I really don't feel comfortable talking to her. Now, my mother has 4 children, and out of the 4 children, it's my attention that she wants the most. I've done okay for myself. But if I did not, and I have had not, I don't think she would have cared what had happened to me. She made it very clear, and it became very clear to me that the only reason that my mother truly wants me in her life to that capacity is because of my position. I've positioned myself very well over the years, and I'm in a place where I can be there for her financially, and this is what is needed and required for me. Now, that being said, let's talk about how this relates to Africa. Being a part of the diaspora, and with all the push and shove, we're all trying to get to Africa fast. We cannot wait to get back to Africa, and it seems like the brothers and sisters on the continent wants us to get back as well, and it's a good thing. My concern is it out of want or is it out of need? You see, just like the relationship I have with my mom now, I understand that it's out of need. Because I know she didn't want me until I became the person that could be there for her. So my question to the continental Africans, if the diasporans were to return and they didn't have anything to invest, they couldn't bring anything to the table, would you still want us home? Or are you only interested in those of us that are able to invest and bring something to the table? You see, it's important that we have these discussions, because you see, this is what, when you are an abandoned or unwanted child, in essence, this is what the diasporan has been to Africa. It is important that your return home should be to people that want you there, not just need you there.